Hello everybody and welcome to some Would You Rather. I know this isn't a really old game, but I decided that we might as well play it. If you don't understand the concept, it's really simple. It's you're given a concept between two choices, so you choose whichever one you prefer, and then you see the stats of how many people chose what. So as a starting one, we have lead a boring life. Would you rather lead a boring life from here forward, or reborn? I guess be reborn with all your memories into a baby of the opposite sex. So living a boring life would suck, because you need to have some fun in life. Of course, not too much, because like don't do drugs and shit. That's not good. But boring life will suck. Be reborn as a baby, so how would that work? Because then you won't have to learn everything? Or that would be interesting. An interesting concept, to be reborn but keep all your memories. And also, you'll be of the opposite sex, which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't see a problem with being, a female. I think this one is, the red one is much more interesting, so I think I'm gonna go for that one. And of course, most people agree with me, 77%. Next question is a Harry Potter related one. Would you rather kill Voldemort or kill Harry Potter? Well, we all know what killing Voldemort leads to, so I guess we might as well vary it up and kill Harry Potter to see how it goes. Let's go for it. Yeah, as we could have assumed, less people would kill Harry Potter. I mean, he's the main character from the books and the movies, so of course they would kill the antagonist. Would you rather find $1 or read a book? I can read a book without picking that, or is the concept that I won't be able ever to read books? Yeah, exactly as Kaden says here. I didn't say I couldn't read a book after finding the $1. Would you rather have a very attractive spouse that treats you badly, or have an ugly spouse that adores you? Let's see here. I guess, yeah, the prettiness is not everything, so if you are happy together, even if she is not very attractive, like hopefully it's not like ugly, right? Really ugly. If it's like mediocre, I think it will be good. Yeah, and again, more people agree with me. When you eat macaroni and cheese, would you rather use a spoon or use a fork? Well, I think I myself am more of a fork person, not only because it rhymes with fuck, just kidding, but all things considered, I think fork is like, it's a much newer invention, as probably you know. The fork was invented much after the spoon and the knife, because generally what the things you can do with the fork, you can do either with a spoon or just with your hands. However, you can't really like eat soup with your hands, or you can sip it, I guess, but you can't cut stuff with your hands or with any of that other stuff. So let's go for the more advanced technology. Would you rather eat a hot dog or eat a hamburger? Hamburgers generally have a lot more stuff on them. The hot dogs is like a bun and the meat stick in the middle. It's not called a meat stick, but the thing in the middle. And then like supposedly you can have like ketchup or mayo, I guess, or other stuff. But there's generally a lot less stuff. While the hamburger, what does hamburger have? It has a bun as well, and it has meat, and I guess it really depends what sort of hamburger are we talking, because different places have different hamburgers. But I'll definitely go for hamburgers. They have more stuff on them, so more stuff, better. A lot of people won't agree with that. A little side story on the more stuff better. In Bulgaria, I'm Bulgarian, when like a lot of the pizzas just have like a lot of stuff on them, and when I went to Italy like 2 years ago or something, over there I noticed that the pizzas generally have like 2 or 3 things on them, 2 or 3 toppings, and I guess that's like the normal way for Italy, and I'm assuming they would find it like very weird and maybe disgusting that pizzas can have so many stuff on them. But at least for me, the more the better. Just make a whole rainbow of tastes in my mouth. Would you rather be a vampire or be a werewolf? And there's like a little tidbit here. would you would be unable to cure either. Unlike the sparkling vampires in Twilight, you wouldn't be able to handle daylight. I do generally like vampires because they don't like the sun and they generally sometimes can turn into best depending on the work of fiction. And also they can bite people, but I guess werewolves can also bite people. The main problem here is the fact that the vampires can stay on sunlight, which, as much as I do not like the sun, I like playing sports and stuff, and they have to happen in the sunlight. So I think a werewolf would be the choice for me. And all things considered, what would a werewolf mean? Would it be like a Skyrim werewolf? I doubt it, because it's like Skyrim werewolves can turn at will. But like, is it the usual werewolf that like turns at moonlight and can't control himself? Or maybe can I sometimes I don't know. I really don't know how it would work, because there's a lot of fiction of both. But I think a werewolf would generally be a bit better, because at least most of the time it would be normal. Well, if you're a vampire, even if you like hide it, which I mean I wouldn't do because vampires are cool as well, but you wouldn't be able to go into sunlight, which really sucks. So it's a werewolf for me, and oh damn, that's real close. Just like 1% or 2% of difference, but it can't really be 1% unless it's 0.5 for both sides, which is kind of impossible, so yeah. If you and your siblings are kidnapped, would you rather live and let your sibling die, or die to save your sibling? I mean, that's a bit weird since I don't have any siblings, but generally if I'm stuck with someone else, I would rather die, because otherwise I'd blame myself, and I won't be happy with that. Well, if I'm dead, I can't really blame anyone, so there's definitely this one for me. Yeah, and I'm assuming a lot of people have the exact same mindset. Would you rather have all the phobias known to mankind, or have to slowly skin your family and pets alive? Whew. Damn, the second one just was like, bam, straight to the fucking point, jeez. Phobias are a really weird thing, because generally I as a person don't really have a lot of phobias. Like, it's weird to say. I feel like I'm gonna sound like some asshole, because I'm like, oh no, I'm not afraid of anything. No, that's not the case, obviously, because I fear stuff, but I don't really have phobias, like at least a lot of the common ones. I'm not afraid of spiders or of, what are people afraid of, like heights. I'm definitely not afraid of heights. I'm not afraid of, like, I don't know, insects or stuff. I guess people aren't really afraid of insects, but still, I'm not really afraid of a lot of stuff, so this one was a bit weird for me, because I'm not like usually have phobias. But here, like, having to skin my family life, I mean, that obviously not gonna be that one. The answer is clearly this one, but it's just a really like weird thing as a person who doesn't have any, and imagine all of a sudden I just have all of them. Yeah, I mean, actually I'm surprised that many people pick that. Maybe it's just like tropics. Would you rather drive a moped on a tightrope, or go over Niagara Falls in a barrel? Driving a moped doesn't say any height. I mean, I didn't even realize that's what this comment said, but yeah, it could be like, even less, it could be like 2 inches, or I don't know why I'm speaking in Imperial. I don't really use Imperials because I'm from Bulgaria and here we use metric system, but anyways, it could be like very little of the ground, so it's not like there's any danger. But I think someone went through Niagara Falls in a barrel and they were completely fine. So that's also a thing, and you'd be famous for that, so I think I might even go for that one, because I'm pretty sure it's safe to do. Because, I don't know actually. I never really gave it much thought. When I heard it I was little, so I was like, oh, that's like something from a cartoon. But now, like, when I think of it, there would still be, like, you would fall, and it would be deep, but there would be the impact of the water. And you'd be stuck in a fucking barrel. I don't think I actually want to be famous that much, so I might choose to live instead. I really, that one really got me thinking. But no, it should be possible. Fuck it, I'm going with this one. Yeah, a lot of people chose that. I don't know if they chose the same thing as me, because the same reason as me, or did they not realize that a tightrope has to be, like, oh, it's nowhere, it isn't said that it has to be. So yeah, maybe they thought it has to be really high. Yeah, this guy said the tightrope may even be on the ground, so yeah. Would you rather have holes put through both hands and both feet via nails and a hammer, or go for 40 days in the desert without food? And it says you can't have water in the desert. Here's the thing though, 40 days in the desert without food, you're gonna die. Without water, you're gonna die even faster. Holes are gonna hurt a lot, but generally most likely you will be able to survive that. At least I know through the hands for sure. It was like the wound would get like closed before enough blood for you to die spills. I'm not sure if it's both the feet and the hands, but I think you should be able to survive, or at least there's a chance. But yeah, it's definitely that one for me. Because again, I said it, like, I'm not afraid of a lot of things, and not that I like pain or anything like that, and obviously I don't like pain, but I feel like I can take it, an amount of pain, especially since I don't really have much of a self-preservation like mechanism, which sounds weird to say, but I just really tend to destroy myself, like accidentally of course, but like maybe break stuff like bones. And recently I slammed against the table so hard they had to stitch me up. I had like 6 stitches I think on my chest because of that. So I feel like I should be able to handle the pain, and I have a chance of survival, so of course I'm gonna pick that one, even if I have to endure the pain. Regardless if I'll survive, I'd rather just endure some holes in me, because starvation for 40 days is gonna be crazy. Would you rather be a mock-up or be a prison guard? I think that, contrary to what Hollywood movies make us think, I'm pretty sure the prison guards don't really like, there aren't like riots every day, and I don't think really that prison guards have that much, are that much more like live in much more dangerous conditions than the mock-ups. And I do think that the prison guards get paid more, so I'm pretty sure that this would be the better choice here. Of course I might be missing something, but I'm gonna go for this one. Would you rather have a tapeworm that eventually kills you, or have AIDS? I'm not sure like what exactly are the symptoms. The tapeworm is a thing that's in your stomach, and like a parasite that lives in your, well, not in your stomach, in your, I don't know how it's called. The AIDS is messing with your DNA and with your like immune system. So I'm guessing if you have AIDS, since it messes your immune system, you get like sick and die because of sickness. That maybe even could be like very, like other people might be able to shrug off that sickness, but because it destroys your immune system, it kills you. At least I think that's what AIDS does. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not really a medical person myself. I'm not sure what would like would you have stomach aches. I feel like the tapeworm would be more painless, and also the AIDS are really easily, like, well, not really easily. It's like through blood or through like sexual contact, I think. I don't think you can get like, for example, from spit and stuff, but still the eyes I think are much more could infect someone else. The tapeworm still I think gets like eggs when you poop on your poop. So I think I'll go for the tapeworm. More people chose AIDS. Interesting. Watch a 24 marathon of. Would you rather? Okay, so would you rather watch a 24-hour marathon of? Yeah, because it allows you to add some text before would you rather, but not after. So that's why they do it weirdly. Jersey Shore or The Sex and the City. You would have an ample amount of I'm assuming not if, of monster to keep you awake, and the TV would be the only thing with you, besides a monster, in the locked room. Alright, so first of all, if there's a monster with me, there's the energy drink I'm assuming, I would drink a lot. Assuming I drink a lot of monster. Even though I would rather have a lot of water, since I won't really have a problem staying up for 24 hours even without energy drinks. So I would rather have just a lot of water, because I drink a lot of water. But if I have a lot of drinks, I'm definitely gonna need toilet. So I'm assuming that there's toilet. I mean, I guess I can always be in the corner, and then you get melee, but I think I'll go for this one because I've heard of it, and also it has more IMDb rating, which I might have just researched. Would you rather have Robin from Batman as a sidekick, or have Jar Binks from Star Wars as a sidekick? The thing is, I am not really into any of those two, like, cinematic universes. I mean, I know stuff from Batman, obviously. He's a famous superhero, I know stuff, I know most of his, like, villains. And obviously I know who's Robin. Yeah, Jar Binks, also I'm not really a fan of Star Wars, because I'm not the guy for futuristic stuff. I'd rather watch, like, medieval fantasy, like The Lord of the Rings, and I guess Game of Thrones, and stuff like that. But again, I obviously know who he is, and I know a lot of people find him annoying, but I feel like Jar Binks would be at least more funny, and if he annoys people, it wouldn't annoy me as much, so this is gonna be fun for me, because he's gonna annoy everyone, but not me. And yeah, more people went with Robin, exactly because Jar Binks is annoying to them. Would you rather be a carrot or be a cucumber? Now here we have the real good questions. And also the text in the bottom says you can't be eaten by a prison, oh, by a person, not by a prison, or animal, and you would live out your vegetable days in peace. Oh, it took me a while to notice the resemblance between the two. Would you rather be forced to attend school for your entire life, or be forced to marry your distant cousin? I mean, I don't know if I have distant cousins. I have cousins, and I guess distant cousin is like second cousin, I think, maybe. I don't know. Then school for the entire life would be really annoying. Like, forced to marry, I mean, again, we can probably, like, break up. You know, mutually agree that it's the best if we... No, it doesn't say anywhere that we just stay together. And I mean, I can imagine she's not my cousin, especially if she's one of the hotter cousins that I have. And I have generally hot cousins, which is totally not a thing that I should take, because it's really weird. But I'm definitely going for that option, as, well, it's kind of even, but more people decide to go there. By the way, I'm saying it's even, if it's kind of even if it's the lower one is above 40, so, because it's like really, generally people have the same idea. If even if the difference is like 10%, it's still like pretty close. Would you rather maintain eye contact with another person while eating a banana, or move your head down to the banana? You must eat the entire banana in this fashion. People would see. Yeah. I feel like the second one would be much less weird. I can maybe pretend that my something is broken and I cannot move my elbow, and so the only way to reach that banana with my mouth would be to bring my mouth to the banana, and because there's no way to do it the other way around. God damn, a lot of people chose the other one. And as Matt says, I love making people feel awkward. I did all that shit, so I mean, I would do something with that shit. I guess I don't really have to worry about the monetization if I don't get, like, views and can't get monetized. So I can say as many bad words as I want, unless it's of course like too much, in which case the video is gonna get removed. But I don't think there's a lot that the video can get removed for. It has to be like some actual nudity, I think, or some stuff like that. So yeah, as Matt says, he loves making people awkward, so that's totally reasonable reason to go for the blue option. Would you rather save Tupac's life? I don't know who is Tupac? The name sounds familiar, but I have no idea. Or see Jesus for 2 hours. Tupac would live at least 20 more years and become lifetime friends with you. You would get to talk to Jesus face to face. Right after to googling it, I found out that Tupac is some actor and a singer, and the face seems a bit familiar, but I didn't know, like, definitely didn't know his name. Or see Jesus. And the problem with that, I'm kind of an atheist, however you fucking say that word. So it's gonna be really weird. Because by approving that option, I'm gonna renounce my religion. And I can't really do that. So I guess, I mean, also saving the life of a famous person has to have its advantages, even if you don't fucking know who that guy is. And no offense to any guys who like him, but I just don't know him. So of course I'm gonna choose that. Yeah, I mean, more people chose Sagias. I feel like that would make sense, but you know, for my reasons, I couldn't do that. Would you rather speak every language except the language of the country you're currently in, or speak only the language of the country you're currently in, but know the meaning of every single word in that language? Also, like, okay, yeah. And when you leave a country and enter into another country, all knowledge will reset accordingly. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, you'd know a lot more languages by the first one, but a lot of people wouldn't be able to understand you. However, in today's society, I feel like a lot of people speak English. So, in a lot of places, I'd be able to communicate like that, no problem. Also, if we consider them as different languages, since I mean they are, because different countries speak them, Bulgarian and let's say Macedonian are very similar. Like I can speak with someone from Macedonia and both of us can speak our native languages and we would understand each other perfectly. So you know, I can just start speaking, for example, Macedonian, or I think Serbian. I mean, Serbian is a bit harder, but I can still, if I'm speaking with someone slowly, we generally still can understand each other. And I'm assuming a lot of countries can be like that. I think Romania, I'm not sure, but I think Romania had like a lot of similarity with French, because I've been to Romania multiple times, and one of my friends who speaks it, and he speaks like with every person, he speaks in their own native language, and I'm like, dude, how many languages do you speak? He's like, well, it's like the Romanian is the same as the French, so it's not that hard. I mean, I'm sure it's not the same, but I'm assuming there are a lot of similarities, so maybe if I speak in French, I'll be able to understand. I have no idea. I'm just throwing guesses here, so yeah, I feel like that would generally be a lot better. But very little people agree. Also, if I chose the second option, I couldn't really make any videos. I mean, I can make it in Bulgarian, but they would suck if they're in Bulgarian. Would you rather be invincible or be invisible? In both cases, you will be mortal and die at the same age. Being invincible just means that you're immune to physical harm. Invisibility can be turned on and off at will. Be immune to physical harm, but of course you'll still die of old age. Or just be able to turn invisible, I guess, not just be forced to be invisible. You know, things considered, I feel like even though invincibility would be very fun as well, I feel like there's a bit more value in invisibility. Because, I don't know, like imagine if someone found out when they wanted to capture you, they can still capture you if you're invincible, but they'll have a hell of a harder time if you're invisible. Then again, it's the 21st century, so they can probably use like heat sensors and shit to really easily find you. But I feel like invisible would be more fun. And, I mean, you can maybe spy on stuff? Wink wink? Yeah, it's kind of even, but more people think the other option is better. I see the advantages in both. And as Jim here says, if you're invincible, you would need to be invisible. And then as the wise octopus says, if you're invisible, you won't need to be invincible. And both of them are correct, in a way, except not entirely. I mean, both are wrong and right at the same time. Would you rather have 2 sets of twins or have quadruplets? I mean, you skip and raise 4 children involved. I mean, it's 4 children always, so I guess quadruplets would make you kind of famous. Because there's not a lot of them, I don't think. I mean, I know there are a few. I don't know how many are there. And I don't remember, what was the record? Like 6 or something? I don't know, honestly, but raising them would be harder. Because it would be like 4 at the same time, otherwise it would be 2 and then 2, while the other 2 are still like... Maybe quadruplets would just be like the easiest one, all things considered. Yeah, I think I'll go for this one. It seems a bit easier because... Or not easier, you would be a little bit like maybe get famous, and I mean, you don't really, but maybe if you're raising them together, you can like use the same tactics. Instead, you have to like take care of one in one reason and then take care of the others with other stuff. So I feel like this would be a bit easier. But of course, more people think, yeah, I mean, I was sure even before clicking that more people would prefer 2 sets because, as I said, it's like they don't pile up. But generally, you'll probably have them within like few years of each other, so it'll still be hard as fuck to to deal with them. Would you rather have the ability to teleport or be able to time travel? And you would not be able to affect the time-space continuum. You could like teleport, which of course is gonna be a good thing, like it's gonna help you a lot if you wanna get from like one place to another. Or you could just time travel, but you'll be just like an observer. It would seem you won't be able to actually influence anything. Honestly, I feel like the teleport would be much more convenient, because you can get anywhere at any point at any time. You can do a lot of shit. Like you can like work as a courier and then just do your work in a matter of seconds and then be done with it, and have the entire free time and still have like an efficient work. Time travel would help with solving some, I don't know, possibly like historical debates, but I don't feel like, first of all, people might not believe you, because I don't know how obvious it is that you're traveling. Maybe you're just spacing out and you're somewhere else, or maybe you don't even skip any time in your quote-unquote current time. So I don't know. And I feel like the teleporting would be a lot easier, and also if you want to go on a vacation, if you want to go anywhere, if you have like an hour trip to work every day, you can skip that. So I feel like this would be a lot more convenient. But then it's a perfect tie. Well, not perfect, because a bit more people agree with me, but it's 50-50%, so really close. Appropriate one to end it off on is one about death. You know, the end of everything, and the end of this episode, after we of course answer the question, is would you rather death, so I guess would you rather die by freezing in Antarctica or die by walking through Sahara? So I guess death by freezing or death by walking. Just kidding. Death by heat. Even though the deserts also get pretty cold in the nighttime. But I don't know if they get cold enough for you to die. Maybe they do. I honestly have no idea. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, honestly, I don't know. I've never, died. But I feel like death by heat would be very bad, because, and also it doesn't say like by heat precisely. It's most probably like dehydration. It'd be like dehydration, there would be other factors, so it's gonna be a lot of shit that's happening, and I feel like it's gonna be really bad, because your throat's gonna get really dry, your skin is gonna probably crackle and stuff, and you still have to like be alive for that. Freezing, I feel like it's a little bit more, I mean, it's not like you just snap and die. Obviously you still feel cold and freezing, and it'll be bad, but I feel like you freeze generally faster, and maybe you'd lose a lot of senses to your limbs. You lose senses, so they kind of won't hurt as much because you aren't feeling them that well. So I feel like death by freezing will be much better. And as I said, with that question with the dying, we're gonna end the episode. So thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and all that good shit. And as always, we'll see you next time. I studied the dark arts while I was away. If you don't like and subscribe, a curse shall be unleashed upon you. Do it, or unicorn will eat your brother's left ear.